what's going on? Welcome back to another video, guys. In today's episode, we're going to be doing back day for width, and the topic of today is I thought I was a failure. It's something that I want to talk about and get more into because I think it's very crucial when we're starting out, of how our mindset is and the stages that we go through in life to get to our W's and successes. So I went through a ton to be where I am today, and I continue to take L's and to get to my next W's, and that's just part of life. That's just the cycle of success I've learned over the past years. So I think there could be some useful value for you guys, where I'll go through some of my past times of my struggles and hardships and how I overcame them. So with that being said, I'm gonna drink this and then we'll get straight into the topic and the workout. As I wait for my pre-workout to kick in, I want to get more into the actual workout for today. My workout is going to consist of mostly like rows. I'll try to go heavy rows as well, cable rows, dumbbell rows. Probably not barbell rows today because we did that last week too. But the goal is to grow the back's thickness, and I just want to blast that today. Just like as I'm looking at the camera speaking to you guys, my view back here is tons and tons of racks. You know, this didn't just happen overnight either. It's a reflection of years over years over years over years of work. So at this point, you know, I think I can give you guys some 2 cents here of why it's so crucial to have a positive mindset when you're starting out in your business. And mindset is really the biggest thing that's going to get you off your feet and keep you off your feet as you build this company, this brand, or whatever journey that you're going on. Because if it's something like this, I promise you it's going to be one of the hardest challenges that you take on, but at the same time it's going to be one of the most rewarding ones as well. Here on our first exercise, I've already set it up on an incline bench position, and we're going to do just straight rows with our chest on the adjustable bench here. I'll do at least 2 working sets here, and then we'll move on to our next exercise, which probably is gonna be, I think I wanna go straight to, actually what I haven't done in a while is that T-bar row, so I'm gonna do that next. So I wanna start off on the topic here where I thought I was a failure, and it made me think like, man, there's probably a lot of people out there, like the young guys, when I was just like 15, 16, and even like 20, 21, where I legit thought that I was not gonna make it in life. I saw people around me, even in high school, like doing well in their studies, but I was a straight like C+ student. And then I see people in university, so focused. I don't know how I got into university. I pushed the last year and I pulled like, at like a B- average, but got in and I was like, man, everybody's like focused. They know what they're doing. Even like there's people who are into sports, they're good at soccer, they're good at basketball, like what am I good at? And nothing really landed except like fitness for me, and I would say that's what changed everything. Let's do this. Oh man. One more set and then we're out of here. But I don't know if you noticed for these ones, when I pull them, I try to keep my elbows fully locked in so my lower lats and this inner back is more engaged, and I'll pull with my elbows up, not as much with my hands, so my biceps and forearms don't get engaged. So when you're doing those are two things that I keep in mind. I think a lot of you are probably in this position as well, where you guys are young and just starting out, and you see people around kind of starting to figure out what they want to do in life, maybe getting good jobs, maybe good in sports or whatever, but you are kind of lost. You don't know what exactly your strengths are. I just want to let you guys know that that's completely normal. I literally didn't figure any of this out until I was like 24 is when I even like stepped into this, and now I'm 30. So everything takes time, everything's on their own timeline, and looking back at it, even though I thought I was a failure, it still worked out. To our second exercise, I have these two handlebars pre-set up. They kind of come as like a 2-in-1 with a long rope, so I can really squeeze my back, arch it up, chest up, and engage with my rhomboids, traps, even like rear delts. So we'll do like 3 solid sets of this. Getting into university was the same thing. I took a business degree. I barely wanted to go to school, if anything, and somehow went into university, and my parents wanted me to, and whatever. Like first couple of years, I'm like going with the flow of what they want me to do, but gym was really the only thing that I had at that time, and I saw some gains coming in. I actually ended up competing once as well, men's physique, and placed second. I remember how good I felt. So that was like the one first thing when I was 20 years old, up to 20, that I actually found exciting. And in my childhood, when I was into flipping Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I remember that was very exciting. So that's all I really had to work with. But can you imagine, like a 20, 21-year-old, and then I decide to drop out of school. I went and... What's up? Yeah.
My sister.
Hi. So in the vlog. There you go. And second year in university, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do this. I don't align with this. So I decided to drop out and go to Thailand, take a one-way ticket with one of my old friends that I had at the time. And I just decided to live there for 5-6 months, figure out how I'm gonna make money, do online trainings, do affiliate programs, do modeling there, promotional stuff, pick up random gigs there. Whatever it took, I was ready to do. And that's what got me started into thinking, wait a second, I'm onto something. I'm sure that you guys noticed that I had to really push myself back and have my legs out because I have long limbs. So if that's the case for you guys, I just suggest to go back as much as you can so you can get a full stretch. But if you got a shorter, shouldn't really be a problem. Actually, it might still be a problem because you'll have shorter legs, so you can't go back as much. So then your range of motion might not be as good. So if that's the case, you might want to switch out to another type of extension where you can get a full range of motion. See ya. Our last set here, so I'll just rep it as much as I can again, and then move on to the next exercise with the T-bar row. I feel like get a bit more of a stretch there than here. Next time I do these cables, I probably would myself pick something that has a little less of a, what do you call it? A little less of a rope as well, so I can get a bigger range of motion. I might even put like 2 single handlebars with a smaller rope so I can get that full stretch. The reason that I wanted to do something like that is because I wanted to step out of my comfort zone. I see everybody just living that mundane life and going for a 9 to 5 and just pretty much following the standard society rules. And I didn't want to do something like that. Like, I'm an immigrant kid. I already traveled to 12 different freaking schools all around because, you know, my dad was finding the best job for him and trying to support us. And I didn't have any friends growing up because they kept changing. So I was already like pushed into so much discomfort. When I grew up, like, having comfort was almost something I didn't want. And I knew that with comfort, you'll never gain financial freedom. So I wanted to make sure that whatever it is, I don't know what it is now, but I need to go find that is gonna give me the freedom in life. So for my thinking, 20-year-old self thinking, the only thing that I could think of was to take a one-way trip to Thailand and see what the hell happens. Okay, with this one, as you saw, I could get a much bigger stretch here. So I ended up adding another plate there. It felt good. And that's really what I want to do, get a full stretch and come up as much as I can and really keep my elbows in and target the row action for a dense back. It was an insane trip. Obviously, we had a lot of fun. Obviously, there was a lot of partying and stuff. But what it taught me in summary was survival. I had to go figure out, okay, once I'm running out of this money, okay, sign up to a couple modeling agencies there that maybe just want to work with foreigners. They'll do some promotional modeling. We picked up some gigs like that. I set up a website online. I was still into fitness and stuff. I'd competed at once, so I'm like, okay, let me sell some online coaching. I made some sales like that. And then I went and I'm like, okay, let me set up an affiliate marketing thing where on my site I can sell some Amazon products. Then I made some money like that. That got me going. Like, then I ran out of money again. Now I asked my parents. They're like, no, get out of here, come back. Asked my friend again. He's like, okay, I'll give you a little bit more, but I'm done. Gets me through a little bit more. Then I'm like, okay, let me pick up another modeling gig. My buddy came. We picked up some other random modeling gig, boxer ad, whatever. And then that got us a little bit more going. So we ended up pushing this trip. It was supposed to be like originally a month and a half to 2 months. We lasted almost 5 months like that. Then we finally came back and I was a whole new person. Everything about how I perceive life and what freedom is and how to make money like changed for me because I was just conditioned to go to school, read my books, do my tests, get a degree, get a job, go to the bank, and you know what? That's exactly what I did because when I came back, I got lost again. I went back to school, I finished up the degree, and I went into banking. Okay, on to our next exercise. I've set up the cable already. I really liked this last time, so I'm gonna repeat it again, which is the shoulder bench flipped around. I got the cable. We're gonna do single arm rows, I guess, cable rows. 3 sets on each side, and then on to the next exercise. I'll probably do at least one more back exercise after this, and I want to do a trap exercise and then a bicep exercise. That's it. Once I went into banking, those 4 months were the worst time of my life. The reason that I ended up doing that, coming back, is I didn't have clarity of what I wanted to do still. I think I was 22 years old. I was 2 years into this degree already. My parents were devastated. I didn't have a good relationships with them at that time. So I'm like, okay, to recover all of this, all this debt, all these bad relationships, everything that I've done in my life to get to my rock bottom. You know, my grandpa has passed away, so it was just a very low point in my life. To recover from that, I'm like, let me just go back and finish up school, and maybe a banking job is the right thing for me. So that's exactly what I did. I prepped for it. I got in as a banking advisor, and I remember the very first day I sat in the office. I suited up, I got my own office too, and I just, as soon as it hit 9 p.m. and the doors open, I saw the calendar switch. Typewriters going off, printers going off, people talking. I'm like, oh my God, what have I done? I thought I finally figured it out. I did all the horsing around. Maybe the freedom thing wasn't for me, and I got into a good job. And this is how I feel on the very first day for a 40K job. And that's when I knew something has to change again. Final year of my school, I remember I was testing out with stock trading still trying to do like other stuff, setting up a site, do affiliate marketing again, penny stock trading for a year and a half, still personal training and online coaching online, just trying a bunch of stuff, social media marketing for other Instagram pages that maybe can gain more followers. So still trying to keep that dream a little bit alive, like maybe there is still hope. Maybe I can still continue in the banking and go into it and see what happens, and I'll always have a normal career and a job, but I'm in school, I do have the time, so I shouldn't quit on this idea yet. And then that's when the last year of my midterms or finals were coming up, and I'm like, oh, I kind of want to try to take some nootropics to help me focus. So I went to a few supplement stores. I'm like, maybe I can find something, and surprisingly I didn't. So I was like, maybe there's an opportunity here. So then I went in, I looked at manufacturers in Canada, and just long story short, ended up making a supplement called Dopamine. And I saw it in my hand, and I'm like, holy shit, maybe I'm still onto something. Maybe this is something that I'm good at. Fitness, business combined, being true to myself, being self-aware, I'm like, this could be it. So at that time, I remember I was reading a lot of books as well about self-growth, self-help. So it kept talking about like, you gotta know your strengths and weaknesses. You have to be self-aware. You still gotta have a positive mindset, and just keep trying and trying until something hits. So that's exactly what I did. Set up the cable here. We're gonna do rope pulls, kind of face pulls, seated, so it doesn't engage my lower back as much. And then we'll do 3 solid sets here, maybe even a 4th. We'll see how it feels. At that point, this is how First Health started. And I remember towards the end of the year, I just started setting up some like demos at gyms and stuff, not really knowing like where I want to take things. And for the first year and a half, like not much happened. Like, yeah, I made another supplement, I had protein powder, I had some fish oils and multivitamins going on, but at the end of the day, I didn't really make much money off of that. All I did was go around to gyms, sell it to families and friends and their friends, gain some profit, put it back and buy some more tubs. So at that point, I'm like probably like 25 years old. You can imagine people that are around their careers at 25. Some of them are making six figures, some of them are getting engaged, and here I am just still figuring out what the hell to do. And I remember even telling my dad once at night, like, bro, Dad, I don't really know if I'm gonna make it. Like, I feel like I'm already so behind compared to everybody else around me. And I remember my dad told me that night, he sat me down and he's like, you don't know how long everybody is gonna live. Everybody's on a different path. Somebody could make it so far, but they end at 35. And somebody don't do anything. Some people don't do anything at all. They live till 75. You just have to be on your own timeline, focus on you, because God has a plan for everyone, but you have to stick to it. You have to try every single day. So don't quit. And what you started, continue. Things will pay off. What you guys could do to help overcome this feeling of you're a failure is just stay consistent with trying something. It doesn't matter what you're doing right now. You might be 25 or you might be 15. All you need to do is attempt some new stuff. The reason that you feel anxious, the reason you feel like a failure, I realize is because if I wasn't doing something about it. You're just laying in bed or you're watching TV and you're eating chips, you're not going to the gym. What else do you expect to feel? You're gonna feel like a failure because you're acting like one. The ones that aren't a failure, those are the ones that are going out to the gym and making something happen. They're the ones that are going out and trying something. Maybe they're not even good at it, but they're going out and trying something. They're doing something about it, and then they get their answer. Like, I got my answer, like, okay, I'm not good at affiliate marketing. I'm not passionate about it. I got the answer that after a year and a half of penny stock trading, like, no, I'm not passionate about it. I got the answer that, oh, I want to be a fitness model and compete, but I'm not super passionate about it. So I had to figure out what I truly want to do, which is build businesses in the gym, build activewear brand, build a global brand, build gyms, build a community, and still stay within things that I'm passionate about, which is fitness and business. I only got that answer after constantly trying year after year after year, different things, all sorts of things that finally led me to exactly here. So if you feel like a failure, it's because you're not doing anything about it. I suggest you get up, start moving, and I guarantee you, you're gonna find what you're looking for. So there it is. We are officially done our workout. Ended off with traps. I'll save the I'll save the biceps for another time. And that's about it. Hopefully my little story here of how I started from basically nothing 5-6 years ago, all the way actually from my childhood to just learning and having all this discomfort in my life, and how it led me to adapt to change and embrace change and be uncomfortable with situations and actually invite discomfort in my life so I can push past my limits and become a bigger person, step out of my comfort zone. Then I hope you picked up a couple points from there. And if you're confused in your journey, thinking like, man, maybe I'm a failure, you're not, bro. You just have to keep trying. You can't quit on your dreams, but you do have to do something about it every single day. You're only gonna be a failure if you quit on your dreams. It might not happen this year, it might not happen 5 years from now. But if you just keep tapping, chipping and chipping and chipping, I guarantee you're gonna chip longer than anybody else and the market will accept you. So with that being said, this vlog is over. I'm gonna see you guys in a couple days. Peace.